Hello and welcome along to episode 9 of this Cricket 19 career, the England years with me, Daniel. We're back in international cricket today and we're back in Test cricket. We're opening for England against the West Indies, a match that's obviously happening in real life next week without a crowd, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of faces in the background of this one, as we've got a chance to stake our claim as Test opener and of course work our way towards the captaincy and secure our place in the Ashes squad for the next winter Test. We've had some really mixed form in first class cricket. The last game before this Test series we just switched off a little and had poor scores, but before that 2 centuries in the penultimate game, which has really got us back in amongst things. We have been selected for the ODI squad against Ireland despite the fact we had an awful campaign, and even after we left last time we've only got 40 as a maximum score. We lost in the quarter-finals, we haven't had a good spell, and with the ball we've not really been existent. So it's going to be a very difficult Test today, as we're going to be bowling for the first time in a while. We're going to be expected to be patient, and we're coming up against a brutal West Indies bowling attack. So there is a lot of potential for things to go wrong today, but I'm still looking forward to it regardless. So if you are too, please do put a thumbs up on the video. You can catch up with any of the series you've missed so far in the eye above, and subscribe to the channel down below for 2 episodes a week from this series, as well as daily FM20 content and weekly live streams as well. There's plenty going on at the moment and I can't thank you enough for your support. But let's crack on. It's England v the Windies and there is not much else that needs to be previewed here. A massive Test series, the first one we've played at home soil apart from against Ireland, the first one against a big traditional Test nation. But England are the favourites. We're better in the batting lineup. The bowling is pretty much neck and neck, although we're going to be part of that and are probably considered the weak link. And the fielding is where the Windies are on top. So no running quick singles today and no giving away half chances at catches. But into it we go. Let's see the weather conditions. A dry, soft pitch. Obviously not much rain in England this summer. And at Edgbaston it's going to be a cracker. The soft pitch should allow spin to come into it. The dry pitch should produce cracks. But it is going to be difficult on day one, particularly if we open with the bat. So let's go and find out if Joe Root wins the toss. Into the first Test we go. Do you think we'll be batting or bowling first? And how do you think we're going to get on? Time for us to put the struggles of one-day domestic form behind us and turn to the Holy Grail. It is Test cricket. We're building up to the Ashes, and that is the main objective here. It's England v the West Indies, live from Edgbaston, and let's find out if we're going to be batting first. In terms of the lineup, very familiar. Scott Borthwick made his way in. So another spinner. I don't know how that will work out for us. James Vince still opening, Joe Root, the top order's largely unchanged. But interesting to see Borthwick come back in. So another spinner. We played against him against Surrey and we scored runs galore in that Test. He's not probably the best bowler in the peak of his career, but he's certainly a good one still. But let's see the toss, that's the main thing. West Indies have gone for tails. We've got all the razzmatazz, the TV around. We haven't been here for a little while, not since our trip to Sri Lanka, and England have won the toss. He must bat. He must bat, Joe Root. Come on, you know you want to bat first. He is batting first. We will be back in a moment to face the first ball alongside James Vince. It's England v West Indies and we've got a chance to find some form. As we face the first ball, we've got a bowler going over the wicket to our left hand. It's going to make things a bit difficult. McGee is the man, left-hander, and we've pushed it away to mid-off. I was trying to defend it, to be honest. I was a bit worried when we got so much on it. But thankfully, it's a comfortable first ball. Just a dot. They've chucked an extra man out there now. And there's space on the leg side if we need it. We can go down the ground too. But that one just beats the outside edge. And this is going to be a proper Test. McGee has turned out on fire. He's bowling perfectly over the wicket. And he's changing his field every time. He's keeping us second guessing. We're waiting for a straight one. But he's bowling outside off. And the longer we go without getting off the mark, the more worried I'm going to get. They're really happy with the field, as for the first time in the over, he sticks with the same 2 balls in a row. Does that mean he's bowling wide again? Oh, he's straight at the stumps. I thought we could get it. But it just swung away last second, and with the slips in, there's some dangerous moments ahead here. What a start from the bowler. He's now put a man out on the leg side, so I've no idea how we'll work there, as that one's even closer. We are being torn apart here. How on earth we haven't got an edge on one of these yet? I do not know. Last ball of the over. Let's try and go leg side. It's too wide. We're just going to have to leave it. A maiden to start and a nervy start for us here at Edgbaston. Now, this is a bit of a surprise. Vince is off the mark first ball. But West Indies' second over bowled by a medium pacer. Now considering, as we get off the mark with one as well, we're not going to be out for a duck, that's the main thing. Considering the West Indies has been famed the last 30 or 40 years on a brilliant pace bowling attack, that seems a little unusual. But either way, it's allowed us to get off the mark, and we're now back to face McGee, who continues over the wicket. The left arm seamer, something we've struggled with throughout our career, and it's beating the outside edge again. I cannot get this guy away. England 2 without loss after 2.1 overs. But we've probably just missed the outside edge, maybe 3 times already. This one's full. Look at the swing on that. That is incredible. It bounced off the pitch and changed direction. It's incredible bowling. And he's changing his field relentlessly. It's making it so hard to read. Oh, big edge. And we're out. Oh, what an edge that is. We got impatient. We timed it late. And we are out for 1. That is a drastic failure. Oh, it's a big, thick edge. It's gone all the way to the man at gully. That is awful. Braithwaite, the man with the catch. Very well-known name. And after 10 balls of struggle, we are out for 1. And to be honest, bar that one match against Surrey, our form has been poor in all formats this year. And it's continuing today. Joe Root's going to have to save the day. And if we don't recover in the second innings, we could be dropped before long. It looks like Joe Root failed as well, but Vince has recovered for us. Jos Buttler's got a double century again. And we've managed to put together a very good score as a result. So we'll be back in a moment as we get a chance with the ball. We'll have a look at the scorecard first. And again, it's going to be bowling recovery needed, because with the bat, we haven't really done ourselves justice. So in the end, England actually make it to almost 250. Half of those runs are Jos Buttler, who had a brilliant spell. James Vince very much standing out of the 2 openers. And the bottom order contributed. Scott Borthwick with 37. And as an all-round spinner, maybe that's what he's there for. Perhaps we're going to have the opposite role soon. In terms of the Windies, wicket shared aplenty. 4 very good bowling spells. And then one from Spain again. He's not too bad as a medium pacer. Keemo Paul a little bit expensive, but he got his wicket. And he kept the end busy. 22 overs bowled, not bad for him. And West Indies now 117 for 2. A better start, because myself and Joe Root got out early. But that's not to say that we can't make them collapse. Darren Bravo's up there, he's 20 not out. They've got Hetmeyer and Pooran, 2 brilliant young players to come in. And then Keemo Paul later down the order as well, of course. There's so many about. 2 wickets down already. Scott Borthwick's got 1 of them. So we could be losing our place in the team if we're not careful. So we're going to get into our first bowling over. We've got our usual field. We use it so often here, our favourite test field. And hopefully we can get the ball turning and get the West Indies batsmen edging some deliveries. Well. First over with the ball. We're going to start with the standard off-break delivery. We normally do this just to judge the pitch. And we've gone miles outside leg there. That's an awful delivery. You can tell we haven't bowled for a while. And more importantly, you can tell there's no confidence as they're going for a third. Run out opportunity. Oh, he's raced and dived back. The throw wasn't great in fairness, but 3 runs off the first ball, and now we're facing a left-hander who we're not as strong against. It has just been a disastrous day at the office. We're going to put in the wrong un. Straight at the stumps. Oh, he's bowled! I take it all back. Second ball to the left-hander. We're normally useless. We caught him out with a wrong un. Oh, he swung all round it. It takes out middle stump. The bails go crashing. That is absolutely fantastic. You don't see that often from a spinner. It's normally an LB, a boundary catch, an edge to the slips or the gully. But that has bowled him all ends up. Unbelievable stuff. And what a recovery. Maybe there's good news to come. Shimron Hetmeyer's in, a brilliant batsman. And we get to test ourselves against another left-hander. Hopefully a sign of better things to come. West Indies now 120 for 3. Well, we might as well see if we can completely turn our day around. We're going to throw in the wrong one again. I mean, it worked last time. It was perfect without intending to be. And that one's just defended away. Hetmeyer, a very attacking batsman. Loves to hit 4s and 6s. But we're forcing him back. We're forcing retreat here. Let's throw in the off-breaker. Straight at the stumps, defended away. And we're putting pressure on the Windies now. We have turned this around. Nearly a full house at Edgbaston. Something we wish we could see in real life, of course. And we're going to throw in one more. And we'll finish off with a top spinner as he defends. Nearly went past the outside edge though. Probably the wrong one might have got him there. But final ball of the over. The top spinner's in. It's going to be Fuller. It's going to be straight at his pads. Try and bring LB in, but it's defended away. And that, after a terrible first ball, is a fantastic over. We take a wicket to go with our single run. And hopefully we can build from here as we come into the second. Here's Hetmeyer again. Staying on strike. Almost worked well having the left-hander on here. Seems to be suiting us with the pitch, where the cracks are. We've got a good opportunity. So we're going to throw in the flighted delivery. Then we're going to go for the wrong un. I've got the overall panned out now. That's a bit wide though. Not a good delivery at all. Seems like we're still throwing in one rubbish one and over. But Hetmeyer, 6 balls not off the mark. We saw the effect that had on us. So let's throw in the wrong un. Can we catch a second man out with it? A little bit wide to leg side. Too easy to defend. We want him to open up. Try and expose the stumps just as Bravo did. So do you know what? 2 in a row. Let's go for it. Just outside off. That's better. But he's not exposing those stumps at all. He's getting his body right behind it. And he's defending away. 2 balls left. Back to standard off break. We've got to bowl this at the stumps. If we get it in line, we're going to get a few. He exposes the stumps there. He can't beat the fielder at point. But again, do we need to move our slips around? Is something that's happened before. Top spinner to finish. Hetmeyer 9 now without getting off the mark. There's the 10th. Thought about a quick single. But it's going to be a maiden. What a fantastic over that was. Wicket in the first over. Maiden in the second. What's the third got in store? We're going to try and confuse the batsman by starting with the top spinner this time. Doesn't work, but he's still playing defensive, Hetmeyer. How long is he going to go, realistically, without trying to get off the mark? 11 deliveries faced, and he's basically defended all of them. And even that one, I mean, he showed a little intent to stroke it away, but he didn't try and beat the fielder. He's not going for anything boisterous just yet. So we're going to throw in the Doosra. The wrong one might catch him out, might force him away. He's not going, oh, he's nicked a single. That is poor fielding, to be honest. We really had him bunched up in his crease there. He wasn't confident. Almost like that Samara Wickrama that we had with Sri Lanka, where we got him out every time. But we've got the right-hander back on strike. We've only bowled one at him, and it was an awful delivery. So here he comes again, straight at the stumps. He's got a number, hasn't he? He's got that away well. I think he's going to go for 4. He'll do very well to keep this in the boundary. He's going to run 3 at least. It has gone for 4. We've faced 2 deliveries against Waddle, and he's got 7 runs off us. And he's now just 5 away from his half century. So the top spinner's coming out. We're going to try and get a bit straighter here. And we do. And this time, he's got the attacking intent. He's scoring at nearly 1 a ball. But he finds the fielder on this occasion. So we'll finish with the off-breaker. Straight at the stumps. And away for another dot ball. Waddle seems very confident against us. But West Indies, 140 for 3. We've got our wicket. That's the main thing. Hetmeyer's got himself another boundary at the other end. Waddle's still on 45, so we're going to try and frustrate him. We're going to try and delay the inevitable and maybe tempt him into something rash as he gets frustrated chasing a half century. So the first one's just defended away for a dot. Very disciplined batting that. And the same again with the top spinner. Not caught out by the fuller length. Really batting well actually. He's looked a very comfortable batsman. Certainly a lot better than we did. That one's a bit wider, defended straight back to us. We whip off the stumps, but the batsman didn't even think about running. Off break, halfway through the over. Now 1 for 8 off 3.5. The economy's good, and the defence is good from Waddle. Still on 45, but we're just edging his strike rate down. We're just trying to frustrate him, and hopefully it's going to work before long. So let's flight the penultimate one in. This is where we get a little bit more ambitious. Straight at the stumps. Oh, he's got it away well. He's such a good batsman to that delivery. He's going to get at least 2 here. They'll be very bold to try and run a third. They don't. Just 2. And it takes him within 1 shot of a half century. 47 not out. And we're going to throw the top spinner in for the second time of the over. Straight at the stumps. And he gets it away again. He's going to get 4 here. Is this going to reach the boundary? It's definitely going to be 2. They're going to come back for the third. He's going for it. And he's going to get there. The fielding's lax. And it is 50 not out, and we are really struggling with the right-hander Waddle. And they're going to run a 4th now. I've taken the bails off, and it's just flown out into the outfield again. Terrible fielding. Overthrows galore. And Waddle's on 51, and he's taking a mick out of us, quite frankly. So 1 for 14 off 4 overs now. Really damaged our economy that last over, and we need to get Waddle off strike, really. I need to find a way of him getting a single, because we had Hetmeyer's number. I'm convinced of it. It's not often I ask to be bowling to the left-hander. But we're going to throw in the wrong and see if that does any damage whatsoever. And they're going to run one. They're going to run a quick one. The man at mid-off forces the dive. And we've now got Hetmeyer back on strike. This is what we were hoping for. So let's get the wrong one out. And we've got to make sure he does not get any runs off this. He defends. Oh, they thought about it. Could have been a run-out chance. but Hetmyer thinks better of it. Now 5 of 27 deliveries. He's not scoring runs at the other end, to be fair. So we're going to throw in the flighted delivery. We're going to try and tempt him out the crease. Oh, he's edged it. It's bounced to slip, was never going to carry. But it's a promising sign. We're starting to get frustration. We're starting to get ragged shots out of him. And we're going to throw in another off-breaker. This time not flighted. This time a bit wide. But thankfully he doesn't score a run off it. Although again they think about running. Really bizarre decision making. But it's not cost them just yet. As we throw in the top spinner last. Surely third time lucky. Straight at the stumps. And defended away. A dot ball to finish. And we need him on strike for the next over against us. Well, Joe Root had other plans, it seems. No more overs bowled. He changed the attack up, and to be fair to him, it seems to have worked. Although Waddle did get to 145, West Indies out for 320, giving England a lead of 129. So we're back in for the start of the second innings, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But for us, a disaster with the bat. Out for one, McGee had our number every single delivery he bowled at us. We got our one off the medium pacer, and never looked comfortable aside from that. In terms of the bowling innings, a lot better. We got Darren Bravo's second ball, bowled him clean. It was a brilliant delivery. 3 wickets apiece for Garton and Stokes. Rhodes got one, Borthwick got a couple as well, and our economy was very good in the end after a couple of very clean overs to Hetmyer. A maiden and a single off one of the others, very good spell. But unfortunately Waddle went on and got 145. He was caught and bowled by Garton in the end. But a fantastic spell for him nonetheless, which has given West Indies a glimmer of hope. So we are back for the second innings as we open with James Vince needing a much better score, and we will pick up at this exact point in the next episode. We need to make sure we get back in form, keep ourselves in this test side, and help give England an unassailable lead. Lunchtime on day 3, so no need to rush. We've got a couple of sessions at least. Let's see if we can get runs on the board. If you did enjoy this episode though, please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you thought about the failure with the bat, and what a good recovery with the ball. After the first delivery it looked all at sea, but we came back brilliantly, strongly, had Hetmyer's number and got a good wicket as well. If you want to make sure you stay up to date with this series and all the content on the channel, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases across the channel, mainly from FM20, but also 2 episodes a week from this series and a stadium review every Sunday. And don't forget, we live stream every Tuesday morning at 10 AM. You can catch up with the replays in the eye above, and I really would love it if you can join me. We've got a lovely little community, so please do come and pop in one week if you can. Finally, please do check out the podcast channel as well. There's a link in the eye above. We've really taken off the last few weeks. We've had lots of success with interviews with professional footballers and lots of predictions and fun little games as well. So if you're able to pop along and you are a football fan, it really would be much appreciated. But a big thanks for watching and your continued support, which continues to be magnificent. And hopefully I'll see you next time for our second innings, which surely can't go as bad as the first.